My name is Rendi, and just last September I made my first IRL video on this channel. As it turned out, the results were actually way better than anything I would have initially expected. So I looked over some feedback and looked towards possibly venturing out into this idea further. Many of you said I should even go outside, and although I wanted to do this, I instead got stuck in a never-ending paradox loop of RuneScape goals for the next, well, 6 fucking months. By the time I finally had the chance to look away from the game and stand up out of my chair for once, I realized, well shit, now I can't even go outside because there's a fucking pandemic out there. Yes, this means I won't be getting $1, and also this means that General Zoe literally predicted the future. So what was the next best thing besides going outside? Maybe, just maybe, I could bring the outside to me. So I had an idea, and this idea came about when getting an extremely generous gift card from my mother for my birthday. This of course was a $100 Amazon gift card. As a privileged white male in a first world country with nothing that I literally needed at this time, I began searching for what might just entertain me. I dove deep into an endless pool of actual garbage on the Amazon website till I finally came across something that was just absolutely magnificent. The product that finally caught my attention was, well, the GEN2 Racing Wheel Stand Cockpit Red on Black fits all Logitech G29, G920, all Thrustmaster, all Fnatic wheels, compatible with Xbox One, PlayStation, and PC platforms. Now, what really attracted me to the product was the wide smile and grin on this man's face who sat comfortably in the chair. I really wished I could be this happy, just like this man. Anyways, to my dismay, this price tag for this beautiful mount this man was perched upon was, well, $377. My mere $100 gift card could never give me an item as beautiful as this, so what was I thinking? But wait, I had yet another idea. An idea so grand it could be up there with some of the greatest, such as Einstein's theory of relativity and Swampletics locking himself to a giant swamp in RuneScape. I could build my own racing simulator for a fraction of the cost. And this means I could bring the joyous outside world aspect of driving a car to the front lines of quarantine. Now, even though I could possibly design the most insane racing simulator and play some racing games, well, fuck that. I haven't played a racing game since like 1999 on Crash Team Racing. So what we will be doing instead, you asked? We're going to be playing RuneScape properly. To begin this process, I first scoured over the vast garbage of Amazon once more in search of the controller aspect that I would need for the actual gameplay. This item would need to include a brake pedal, gear shifter, a steering wheel, gas pedal, all compatible with the PC. After searching hundreds and hundreds of days, I finally found exactly what I needed. It was a steering wheel controller meant not only for RuneScape, but instead for my place of destiny, the Fight Caves. How did I know this wheel was the one? Well, despite being the cheapest and ugliest piece of shit I'd ever seen, it had a flame on the back of it and it was orange. What else is made of fire and is orange? Exactly, a fire cape. So the purchase was made without question. But even though I could check off my pedals and steering wheel at this point, I still wanted a mount, and I wanted one that resembled closely to that of the one I saw of the Smiling Man's before. And now that my gift card was entirely depleted onto this top-notch plastic steering wheel, well, I would need to see what items I had just laying around the house to possibly recreate this mount in my own image. So the first problem was I had to figure out which seating arrangement I would have to use for this simulation for the racer. So obviously these are both the racing chairs. They're both very high quality chairs right here. Made out of the best material, leather, everything. But we have Winzix versus Ficmax, and it's red, white, and blue. And in these trying times, we have to support America. So I think we're gonna go with this Ficmax chair, and we're gonna break it down. I've got a paint easel that's still in the box. I have a snare drum stand, a drum pad, some light stands for studio lighting, such as the studio light up there. I also have a laptop bed that sits on your lap. We extended So actually right here my mic cut out, so I'm just gonna have to narrate this. I have a very scuffed mic and there was some paranormal activity in this room the day before, so that might be the reason for why my mic exactly cut out on this part. But anyways, we originally had the footrest only extend to about right here, and therefore I had this extend out further by adding green screen rods and attaching it to the prior footrest, which I took apart and then bolted back together to the green screen rods. Next, I had to assemble a steering wheel mount, and I did this with an old drum pad and snare drum stand that I mounted this steering wheel controller to. And this actually worked perfectly because it's a very secure stand, not going anywhere as you can see, and is not wobbly whatsoever. God bless America. This took a few hours to assemble all this, but I think we finally got it under the wraps, and I think it'll be finally ready for our intervention with the fight caves. Unfortunately, I was extremely misguided when I said this, and I had forgotten the most important rule of driving, especially at these top-notch speeds. Safety first. Click it or take it. So I had looked almost everywhere for the proper harness to make sure I was strapped in securely for this long ride through the fight caves. But come to find out, 1, all of these racing harnesses were extremely expensive, and 2, they weren't considered essential goods on Amazon, so it would take them over a month to ship to my house. Therefore, I needed a solution, and I needed one fast. How could I ever find a solution to this problem? Well, one essential good that still ships during these trying times is, in fact, a handicap restraint. And well, it works just as good as a racing harness and still has 2 buckles.
Fuck, that's not safe, dude.
So unfortunately, I opened up the instructions to try and get this hooked up to the PC, much less to just get it hooked up to RuneScape. And to my dismay, I found out the instructions were actually in Japanese. But you're in luck. My years and years of hentai experience finally came in handy, and I could read these instructions and assemble it to the computer, no problem. Now to play a game like RuneScape, I'm obviously going to have to use my cursor to in fact play the game. So therefore I would have to configure my controller somehow to this cursor. So that led me into finding and downloading a freeware software called Joy2Key. Luckily, this software can auto-detect my controller, and therefore I can set any of my buttons or controls on the controller itself to a mouse movement, mouse click, or even key binding. Once I had all my sensitivities and buttons configured, the final results of my product looked about like this. The steering wheel was my left and right movement for the mouse. My paddle shifters, or my actual manual shifter on the right side, would be my up and down movements, right being up and left being down. So I would be able to move the mouse with both my steering wheel and paddle shifters, not having to take my hands off the controls at all. As well, my right click would be my right pedal, which is the gas pedal, and my left click would be the left pedal, being the brake pedal. I also had arrow keys on the actual steering wheel itself, and I would use these to rotate left and right, as well as zoom in and out with the corresponding arrows. Now I had to make sure and adjust the steering wheel and gas pedal sensitivity to just the right setting, although the clicks on the gas pedal and brake pedal had to be pressed down very firmly in order for them to activate. Lastly, I just had to configure 4 of my major F keys to the right side of my steering wheel with the 4 buttons that reside there. And finally, my setup was complete to take on my racing simulator into into fight caves.
Problems paper dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper put my problems paper dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper put my problems paper dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper put my problems paper dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper put my problems paper dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper put my problems paper dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper put my problems paper dial up the deputy
that bitch. Yeah, we're gonna do a fucking sick lure here, dude. A sick one.
Problems in the paper, do my put my problems paper dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, do my put my problems paper dial up the deputy mad at my brown acquired.
I realized two things after getting into the driver's seat. One, I would need to block out the name of the account my friend Lewis gave me to use for this video because, well, I'm using extremely overpowered third-party software in attempts to set these unprecedented fight cave records. And, of course, that is against the rules. And two, well, I found out getting the hang of this controller was a hell of a lot easier than I initially had expected, and I actually beat Jad on, well, my first try. Now, I might have gotten lucky, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt Jad one more time. And it was even easier. Now, this didn't leave me satisfied at all. I mean, sure, I did the fight caves with a wheel, but did this really simulate a realistic driving experience? Probably not. So I decided to first go ahead and attempt the world's quickest Jad run while in this high-powered machine like a real race car driver would. I would have to beat Dead Wilson's 24-minute time, and let's be honest, with this race car, I've already kind of lost this challenge. Well, that is, unless I cheat, like always. In the old days, you could reset your fight cave timer by logging out as poison or something else had killed Jad and you were out of combat, then redoing the Jad wave, and this would give me a total timestamp of likely less than 5 minutes, only adding up the time from the final wave. Unfortunately though, as you can see while testing this with the wheel, I realized this had been fixed and the game pushed me outside of the caves as soon as I logged back in. But I found out anyways. I actually had already used this glitch in 2017 to get the fastest time yet on my level 25 during its second cave. Since realizing the fight cave speedrun record would not be feasible with the wheel, I decided to look on how to improve my gameplay further. To do this, I first realized what kind of driver am I if I am not a defensive driver. A brilliant and defensive driver must look past all distractions to prove his worth. So I needed the ultimate distraction. And well, let's just say I found it.
Oh, and it pulls up. When it pulls up the GIF, it's literally destroys my FPS even more, and it just did. Just raw.
Meet Desktop Goose. Now this is a program which acts almost like a virus as it moves around your desktop screen and opens files and pulls around pictures to overcome your mouse. If this goose managed to pull out a picture on top of my prayer tab or the NPC I was in combat with while using the wheel, well, it could be entirely over. As well, sometimes out of nowhere, the goose will literally grab your cursor and move it while locking it for several seconds, if you manage to put it over said goose. Lastly, this goose would also grab your cursor, especially if you attempted to close the files that were in the way of your screen it had previously opened. So I would have to systematically close the windows on less constricting activities while in the fight caves, like between waves, then run away from the goose as fast as I can with my cursor, or otherwise known at this moment as my wheel. So this fucking goose has to be the ultimate distraction, right? Wrong. Although this did make things a little bit more difficult and problems did occur, in the end I was still the ultimate driver and finished Jad once again, all on my first attempt. I did this even with not one, but 7 fucking geese programs running around at the same time, literally at some points causing my FPS to drop just a tad.
I gotta X out of these. I'm at 1 FPS. Okay, this ain't gonna work. Fucking credit card details. There's me dancing. Here's me getting fed a beer unconsciously. It's probably attempted murder right there. Fucking get off! No. Okay, we've cleared the air, but I'm still at 1 FPS. Alright, we've got to relaunch the dungeon because this is actually I'm at 0 FPS. This ain't good. This isn't working.
That's gotta hurt.
Chest off. Or in the house? Fuck. Okay.
I will go till you tell me to stop.
So I needed a new idea. What was the ultimate test in the fight caves with my insane racing simulator I now had hooked up? Well, I came across it. And that idea was a blindfolded steering wheel entire fight cave.
You gotta feel the road. You gotta let it live inside.
You might be asking, how the hell could I perform this whole cave blindfolded? Well, I was inspired by a skit on my old podcast channel where roughly a year and a half ago I guided Mauler OSRs myself through a fight cave blindly on our live stream. But well, he had a mouse, and of course he had the most expert of experts in the fight caves guiding his hand. Okay, back to inventory.
What way are we on, dude?
62. Okay, click, go down a fair bit, down a fair bit, click. Anyways, I knew another champion of the caves, that being Voldasad. And with his expertise, I would attempt this challenge and enter my final racing form. Now, before starting, I needed to focus my thoughts, and I would need all of the wisdom in the world to enter my being. Therefore, once again, I used our favorite binaural beats to, quote, open my third eye in just 5 minutes. This is because I would need an extra eye since I will be covering the initial 2.
Yo.
Hold on, I'm meditating.
Oh, good. Alright, good luck. Alright, probably click now. It's a good middle spot. Yeah, alright, you're good. Not much to do but auto-retaliate until what, wave 15? But now you're on improved reflexes. A little bit more, one more little. Keep going, just a tiny bit more. There, okay. You're wave 7. Yep.
Click it?
Hit it. Yep. Okay. Alright. We made it just in time.
Okay.
Alright, the Ranger. You're running towards the Ranger right now. Alrighty. Well, you're on the 290s, so the next one's going to be the Meleer.
So I should move my mouse right?
A little bit to the right, yep.
Is that good?
It didn't move.
Is that good?
There. That's good. Alright, let's walk in and now get ready for move it a little bit right.
Okay. Right there?
Bit more. Right. Less. More left now.
There?
A little bit more left. That steering wheel is sensitive. A little bit more right. Alright. And switch. Boom. Perfect. You protected range when you needed to, and now you're protecting melee. Yeah, drink one.
I'm already on it.
Yep. Cool, beautiful. Alright, looks like you're running, yeah, left. Click. Okay, Melior is stuck behind. Oh, but now you just ran out. Now the Melior's coming. Down. Watch out, down, right. Right. Go. Okay. Melior's stuck. You might want to turn off auto-retaliate now.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit, you're running towards the Melior. No, you're running. Click again. The Melior could one-hit you, dude. Okay. Left.
Left?
No, not all the way. Oh my god. Okay, let's drink some Cerebrus. Oof. Oh, thank god you're at 15 HP.
What?
Oh, fuck, that Melior is kicking your ass, dude. Okay, left. More. Down, click. Oh fuck, here comes the Melior. Get stuck. Oh, he's not getting stuck. Okay, mouse up. The major stuck. Right. Yep, down. Perfect. A little bit up. Right. No, that's smite. No, that's steel skin. Down. There, click. Okay.
At this point, in order to make it out of this cave alive, I 1. Started to use the Italy rock instead of the others, and 2. Decided to finally turn off my auto-retaliate.
More down. Alright, click.
Okay.
Alright, and then let's get your mouse ready for the corner. So left, right, a lot. Keep going, stop, up. Alright, click. Now.
Okay, sweet.
Alright, so it looks like gonna be the 2 rangers. Shouldn't be too bad. Ranger should come out of the woodwork. Alright, move your mouse left. Going left, a bunch. More, down. Click. Cool. Alright, looks like you're good actually, nice. Alright, so, right. Keep going, up. And left. More. Okay, you're good. Attack.
I think I hear 2 of those things on me.
There are 2 of them on you. That's the issue. Click and then open up first.
Oh my god, okay,
You got this. Right. Right. Up. Left. Tiny bit down. Up. Quick. Down. And then next wave is 2 360s and then jab.
Okay, tell me where the yellow 360 spawns, because I want to go to the opposite side. Unless it spawns in the middle, and then I don't know what the fuck to do. So.
Yeah. So
if it spawns in the middle, I'll probably have to log it and relog or some shit.
I'll let you know. It did spawn right in the middle. You're attacking the yellow right now.
Have me log out then, before the or like request log out.
Okay. To the right. To the left. A little bit, it was down. So back up and then to the left. Quickly, you're almost down, kinda. Left, click, left, click.
Like clicking? Did I get it?
You were one hit away.
Okay.
Facing Chad.
Alright, are you sure you want to world cup?
So 1.
Oh, there's another key?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me know when it loads.
It's loading.
Alright, it's range. Alright, so your mouse is on magic right now. It's range now. Alright, go down a little bit. Click trigger. You can do it. Down, click, up. Alright, perfect.
Are we back on range?
You're back on range. Boom. Alright, you know the sound. You got it.
A little bit left. Okay. A little bit right. Tell me if I overshot anything.
You're on missiles right now. You're good.
Okay.
Keep going. Mage. Yep. Go back.
Tell
When
me
you're
if
done,
I
go back.
overshot.
Alright. You're good. Healers are here.
But I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
Jad is back to 100 or 100% HP.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're getting some hits now.
shoot.
Go.
So my most fatal mistake in this cape was not just missing that one prayer, it was actually forgetting my ranged or bastion potion, which I had already used in previous attempts. For some reason in this attempt I had told myself I wouldn't need it because I'll be tanking more hits and using more prayer. But in fact, for Jad and Jad alone, I would need at least one sip of range potion to make sure I out DPS his healers and make this fight go much smoother and quicker. The other flaw? I forgot to wear my seatbelt. Click it or ticket. So could I do this again and succeed? Probably. But would I? Hell no. I wouldn't wish this challenge upon my worst enemy. And not every story has a happy ending. From this entire experience, I was reminded one thing and one thing only. And if you don't take away anything else from this video, remember this. Binaural beats tend to fuck everything up. If you all did enjoy this video, a subscription to my channel is appreciated, and if you want to even support me monetarily, we're offering a lot of goods and merchandise in the store, which I'll link in the description below. Lastly, I wanted to give yet another thanks to the 3 people who helped me the most throughout this video. That would be Voldasad with the guidance, Lewis for the account, and lastly, my girlfriend for filming some of these and bringing me all the beer I needed.